Star, and this is the video for day number 120 of my Song a Day project. And the song that I'm doing is I Turn to You by Melanie C.
When the world is darker than I can understand, when nothing turns out the way I planned, when the sky turns gray and there's no end in sight, when I can't sleep through lonely nights, I turn to you like a flower leaning towards the sun. I turn to you, 'cause you're the only one who can turn me around when I'm upside down. I turn to you. When my insides are racked with anxiety, you have the touch that will quiet me. You lift my spirits, you melt the ice. When I need inspiration, when I need advice, I turn to you like a flower leaning towards the sun. I turn to you, 'cause you're the only one who can turn me around when I'm upside down. I turn to you. I turn to you. Where would I be? What would I do if you never held me through? I hope someday, if you've lost your way, you can turn to me. You can turn to me like I turn to you. I turn to you like a flower leaning towards the sun. I turn to you, 'cause you're the only one who can turn me around when I'm upside down. I turn to you when fear tells me to turn around. I turn to you, 'cause you're the only one who can turn me around when I'm upside down. I turn to you. I turn to you. I turn to you.
That was my rendition of I Turn to You by Melanie C. I think I dragged that last note out a little too long. Not sure if it sounded sour. Hope not, but I think it might have. But anyway, that is the only single that I know by her, but I was very surprised to see when I looked up the lyrics, which actually I knew all of except like 2 words. I was very surprised to see that she has released several albums. So that's pretty neat, it's pretty impressive. And also, apparently, she wrote that song. So that's impressive also. I think you tend to think that people from like pop groups and stuff are just like, you know, a voice and a mic, but interesting. Anyway, yeah, that's Melanie C, Melanie Chisholm from the Spice Girls. And I had to look up what she goes by for her songs because, you know, I want to be accurate on that. Because in Spice Girls, I think she usually went by Mel C or Sporty Spice. For those of you who don't know, she was Sporty Spice. But, you know, that's not her full name. So apparently she uses her full first name and her last initial. As you might know, there was a Mel B and a Mel C in Spice Girls. And Victoria and Emma and Jerry. But, just a little 7th grade flashback. But, anyway, I like lots of Spice Girl stuff, and when that song was released, I liked that very much also, and yeah, I probably haven't even heard it that many times, but I had thought of it, and I had it on my list of songs that I want to do, and I like it quite a bit. I really should own that on album, and I really should look into her other songs as well. Yeah, I think I've only done 1 Spice Girls song so far on the project. Not a lot of them lend themselves to solo a cappella performances, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2 other ones in the duration of the project at some point. Like I said, I actually knew most of the lyrics to this, surprisingly, since, like I said, I don't think I've heard it that many times. But I guess it made that much of an impression on me when I did. And apparently, a although I thought I'd have so much trouble learning and remembering lyrics for this project, I seem to sort of have a knack for it. Like, I know a lot more songs than I think I do, and or I'm able to learn them pretty quickly, so I've impressed myself with that. It's been a little confidence booster. But anyway, the couple of things with the song, I hadn't known what the one word was. It sounded like, and there's no wind in sight. And there's no end in sight, which makes more sense. I mean, I only did check one lyrics source, but that does make more sense. I mean, you can't see wind. You can see things being affected by wind. But, I thought when the sky turns gray, okay, wind goes to the sky, but yeah, it makes much more sense the other way. And there's no end in sight. I did not know the word fear tells me to turn around. The fear part. It's like, it's not a word, it's a sentence. But the one thing that doesn't make sense about that stanza, well, sort of makes sense, but is a little irksome, is I turn to you when fear tells me to turn around. I turn to you because you're the only one who can turn me around when I'm upside down. Well, fear's telling you to turn around, but the turn around is from the upside down, so it makes sense. It just, it could have seemed redundant or contradictory, but if you think about it, it's referring to two different things, essentially. But anyway, I'm rambling again. I was going to try to keep this short, but I always say that, don't I? Anyway, so once again, that was my rendition of I Turn to You by Melanie C., the song for day number 120 of my Song Day project. Another little milestone there, sort of. And the cats were milling about, but I don't think any of them came over this way. I almost thought Jake or Eddie was going to, and Timmy is looking for trouble in the front hall, 2 rooms away, just like skulking around, but and Lily's just sitting on a table. It's an odd time of night. It's like to sleep or cause trouble for them. But anyway, once again, that was my rendition of I Turn to You by Melanie C. for day 120 of my Song Day project. As always, thanks for listening, and please check back often. I'm Kristin Starr. Peace. Troublemaker Timmy. He's a cool guy. Adorable. And my little Liliana behaving herself pretty well. And staring at her brother. And there's a good boy at the moment. And a troublemaker. And Eddie either looking for trouble or looking for a place to sit. Looks like he's looking for a place to sit, then looking for trouble.